Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to Coffee with FDR. I am Wes from here at Rich New Design. Welcome to all the viewers over on the Art of Floundering podcast. Will Dick is here with me, another cast member of FDR. What is FDR? We ain't gonna tell you yet, but you'll find out. And everybody that's watching over on Allie Patch's channel. Peace and love to everybody over there. I hope there's somebody working the chat over there now. Allie's having some technical difficulties with her camera. She was in here, internet problems. I'm hoping things are gonna be okay there with that. But I'm getting the notifications. I'm really happy that I'm getting the notifications. You're going live. Everyone's going live. Oh. People are writing. It's awesome. Rabbit, Andy Gambino. How you doing, Will? How you doing,
good.
Will Dick? Will Dick,
good.
the Art of Floundering podcast.
As I said before,
About
the
bloody
stream,
time.
Maybe,
I'm here for you, Andy.
maybe taking 3 edibles was too much. Like, not that I can't function, but like I said, I was kind of like getting into just staring at something for a while and just
just kind of relaxing. That's it. I've kind of been in that. Also, very bored. Very bored. How are you? You're over there. You're probably over there in Ellie's. I'm not sure. Working blue. Everybody. I hope you're all having a good. What day is it? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Okay.
It's been a good Wednesday. We had. I have. It was right before here. I mean, you've had 3 edibles, so you're doing better than I am. And how long ago was that?
I talked to some people about a disabled program this morning, and I shouldn't be working with kids for a variety of reasons. Mainly the content I have up there would just blow, But I need to work more with adults that are physically disabled. Kids, I don't have the expertise,
I really don't. I mean, you put on a good show. You would keep them captivated, but I think there would be too many complaints. You would push too many boundaries. Working with you, I know. Number one, I know there's going to be vulgarity. That's just
not
just
for
has
the
to
kids.
happen.
No, I know, but this
no
is
ranching, no ranching for the kids.
No,
not gonna,
no.
Not
These
gonna have any ranching.
these would be teenagers that are like disabled, and so no, I wouldn't do that. But I remember this is how I get in trouble. A long time ago, I coached Special Olympics. I was like 18. It was like part of my senior year of high school, kind of thing. And this kid had a problem with, just kind of taking his junk out and going to town, and self-pleasuring himself wherever he fucking damn well pleased. And the interesting thing is most of these people, they were, physically they were in their 20s, and so they've got all this shit going on, and mentally they're not, and they couldn't understand it. But anyway, he was really into the Brady Bunch and Marsha, and that was the thing. He'd come up to me, hey man, did you see the Brady Bunch? Marsha looked real, So I told him, I said, look, dude, what you're doing, I mean, we all do this, but there's a time and place. Why don't you just like not do it publicly and wait till you get home, and when you're watching the Brady Bunch, go to town with Marsha. He goes, okay. So he gets caught by his mom. He's in there, and apparently his mom's super religious, so she sees her son jerking off, so it's like Satan has now entered the house. Oh. And she goes, who told you to do this? Oh, Will Dick. It was my Special Olympics coach. But I was like, look, man, I mean, the guy was whipping his fucking shit out in the middle of gym class, beating off, man. I mean, I didn't see any of you experts stepping in, and helping me out. Sorry.
Feeding it to Marsha. Feeding it to, hey, GamPro. Peace and love. Peace and love to everybody out there. GamPro, for those that don't know, he's another cast member of FDR. Allie is a cast member, and Allie had technical difficulties and had to go. Gary from Camp Gmail also. There, if you're, I don't know what's going on in the house or anything, but we're going to be doing this for a bit. If GamPro, you should have an email from me. You should have an email. Check your spam box. Did you mark me as spam? I mean, I can understand people have marked me as spam, so I wouldn't take offense to it or anything along those lines. But no, just take a look. Take a look. That's a terrible story of how it was my Special Olympics my gym coach. It was Will Dick. So that's you shouldn't work with children. You should not work with children.
Well, I mean, I'm not qualified. B, let's just face it. I mean, the content that I do, if a parent found out about that, it would just, I don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize that program because it's a good program, So
yeah, because you have a lot of content on your page. Anybody, I need to put up the banners so people, that are over.
It's not about that. It's just, even this conversation, in this world. And stuff we're talking about, some parent, I saw you, you said this, and it's not worth.
Oh, I welcome those. I welcome them.
Yeah.
Did you see? Have you seen? I noticed. I watched the lives we did yesterday. Right. I watched what we did. When new people come in, we really invite them in, and we make sure that. Okay, you realize where you're at. Stick around, have some fun, but here's where you're at. Right. I like that we disclose just right up front to new people. Man. Oh, there's a new name. We're going to focus on you, give you a moment of attention that you might not feel comfortable with. And then we're going to move on. And I love that. Gemma is out there. Oh, peace and love. Peace and love, Gemma. What did Andy say?
No, I'm not. I'm not, Andy. The other thing, I'm not proud of myself. This is, but I got to just come clean the kind of person I was. This is despicable. But he was 26 and he had ID. I'd have him buy me booze.
There we go. This is who's bringing you your entertainment. No, it's a human experience. When the story, when you began the story, all that I kept thinking was, well, being able to jerk it wherever, wouldn't that actually be what freedom is? And if we were still in the animal kingdom, would we hide behind a bush to jerk it?
Dude, Wes, this guy had a hog, man. And so when he whipped that fucking baby arm out, I mean, it was just like, that old joke, baby arm holding an apple. It was like a fucking monster movie, too, dude. It was like, put the fucking thing, I mean, you're fucking scaring the school, man. I mean, it was, dude. It was just, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking despicable. Hey, I'll give you a ride home. Hey, can we stop by this fucking liquor store and buy me beer? Buy me
some alcohol. That is the thing of beauty. That is the thing. You have lived. You have lived. I believe that now.
That's why I want to listen to Pole Vault.
The Pervolt. I can't call him Pole Vault anymore. I mean, it is Pole Vault. He's but Pervolt after Charlie did that. The Jay Jordan. Everybody, I know Nightbot is going to be dropping the link for the Jay Jordan because he won't drop it on his own. And anybody out there that wants to drop their own link, we do have that thing turned on, the hashtag awesome. And I'm going to end up changing that. I'm going to end up changing that to hashtag FDR. But hashtag awesome to drop your link out there. We're trying to impress everybody in the crowd with what we've got going on here today. Yeah. It's and I think it started off good. That was a fantastic story. It's almost left me dumbfounded. We've opened up with just despicable story that was just terrible. That involved public masturbation, having a mentally challenged purchase alcohol for you because you were underage. It had a lot of elements there. I know. It ruined his relationship with his mother because you suggested that he do it at home. You painted a beautiful picture of the baby's arm and the apple and everything. I don't know where to fucking go.
I'll
I
say
don't know.
this.
It's like, okay, we are up here. I don't know how to fucking top that. I don't know where to go with my. I've got to
Everybody I
search
coach,
now.
I will say this: everybody I coached, and it was swimming. Won like the state whatever that year. But that's the other thing I would get in a hassle about because, one of the guys I was coaching was this particular kid. Um, he would like just stand in the pool, in the lap pool. So I had him swim laps I mean, all this could get me thrown in jail, but I was a fucking kid. So I had him swim laps in the diving section of the pool, so he couldn't stand up and rest, right? And I know that's screwed up, but
Keep him working.
but
You want to float. You
I
want to
wasn't
float.
like that,
You
but
don't
I
wanna
was
drown.
like, I got into it with one of the teachers about this. I said, why would we want to treat him any differently than any other person we're coaching? We owe it to him to coach him, and if he's going to do this, is what I would do to any other athlete. Make him do this. But
that is true. That is
know.
true. You know that there is. I mean, it doesn't make you any less despicable in certain aspects of that story,
No.
but no, there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. Easy street with Jen. Easy street with Jen. I don't know what you've missed. But we're not going to rehash it because it was that bad. And like I was saying, I got nowhere. You brought us there. I got nowhere to go. I've got nowhere to go from that story. I've got nowhere. I can't top that. Anything I do is going to be a letdown from this point.
I don't know what brought that
No,
up.
anything's gonna. My stuff's gonna now be slow ball, slow pitch. People can go get a drink. They can go get a snack or something while I go. Because you brought it with that. You brought it with that. That's the. Any other topics we talk about, everybody, it just aren't going to measure up to the hog of the and that response. God, man, oh jeez, it was.
I mean,
it was
just like
it was frightening.
fucking-
It was let's let somebody else in on
hey,
the
thank
in
you,
on the
just
fun.
in time to get us off that, man.
Oh, please tell me you've got somewhere to go.
No, I don't.
I got nowhere.
And I can't even stay for very long either. So I'm just a very, very, very brief distraction.
That works, man. That totally works. That totally works.
Yeah, we need to get off
everybody,
the visual.
this is
that I created.
this is GamePro, and his link just got dropped by Nightbot. Make sure that you are connected. Responsible for so many of the fantastic characters and the music that has been the comedy program formerly known as Lapstick that is now FDR. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. I hope you are having a good day.
Yeah, no, I'm having a great day. I'm getting a lot of stuff done creatively. As far as writing goes, so that's been pretty cool. I've had a very good and productive day with the kids, so that's been good too. So yeah, all in all, having a pretty good day.
That's friggin' awesome. I saw you over there on Troy's and Neil's and everything earlier, and
Yeah, I tried to swing by,
I was getting stuff ready because the kids returned today. So everything is back to hunky dory with the girls here at the house and everything, and I'm feeling more normal now with the kids here and all that. And tonight's, I think you got the email about. I want to work instead of do a live late if you're available, if you're doing something,
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would
That
be
sounds
cool.
great. Yeah, we can absolutely do that, man. We'll get some shit done. And yeah, man, I feel like pretty soon we'll be close to feeling confident about I mean, we already do feel confident about it, but I mean I think that once we get a tiny bit more work done, it's going to be easier to see all of this unfolding the way that we have it in our minds.
I've been picturing the what I want for the backgrounds and the shots I need for the things we're doing in that one segment we've got all the writing going on for. I've been going through the different because I know the progression as far as that story area, and there I know kind of that we had the different ones, but we're gonna decide again where I I could talk in riddles and bullshit all day, everybody. That's it. None of it will make, and he won't get it either. That's the thing. I realize nothing I'm saying is making sense to anybody but me. But no, we're just a couple of things coming together to all of a sudden. Okay, just start building blocks, all these different things, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh, me too. Me too.
And I got through painlessly the transition. There was no problems with the girls coming back and everything along those lines. So I think creatively, drama should be at a minimum. Everything's going great. Everything's going great.
That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that, man.
I am happy to hear that. Trust me. I am so happy that I'm going to use my marijuana delivery device for today.
Hey, right on.
Grab a couple of these mystery roaches. Mystery roaches. Oh, how many years old are these roaches?
Well, tonight I'm going to be going at a place called Kinfolks in Manitou Springs, which used to be back in the day, the 70s, 80s, early 80s, the epicenter of weed culture in this country was Manitou Springs. It was such a trip watching parents. My brother, actually, younger brother, went to high school here in Manitou. And watching parents go like, who's been into my stash, like us growing up with a liquor bottle? They would mark their stash and stuff because their kid. It was just like, wow, the pot is out of control here with these hippies, man. I mean, it was crazy. But it's like everybody. I mean, that would live in Manitou. It used to be like, doctors and just the weirdest community. It's not that way anymore.
But all weed. I like that. See, I
well,
like
that's
that.
What it used to be, but now, thanks to best practices in commercial industry, it's homogenized like anything else is. It's just lost its soul. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of small. I lived in Florida for 12 years and watched as all these little small communities in between the larger ones just got eaten up and became.
It's tough.
Just extensions had no feel anymore. They've all got the same buildings. They've all got the same. Everything is.
The thing is, it's like, they're trying to monetize every square inch of real estate. It's pay this, pay that, pay this, and it's I don't know. It's a lot different than the hippie peace and love vibe that existed there. When it was what I called the ghetto by Pikes Peak, and now it's like, it's just, the gentrification, the whole bit, it's just crazy. But anyway, I'll be there tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and you're going to bring
some
them
of that little flavor. It's not comedy, it's music, so.
Oh, well, you'll own it then, man. You'll own it.
See, I mean,
every friggin' musician on Gary's, everybody, it's like,
they're just being cool.
Nobody's just being fucking cool. You're that fucking good, every one of them, and they talk about that because you guys are, and everybody's like, and he just acts like it's nothing, and because you bring it on the guitar. There is so much of everything. It is such a performance. It's an extension of what you do.
Like I said, it is. That's I wish you could be here, and I have every confidence and. Every day there's clarity, and the clarity is this. This is philosophy. This is stoicism. This is all of it.
Pay attention, people.
No. It's like I gave. These were my parting words to the people at work. Some of them, and it sounds like I'm an old man, old school, but you can't get anywhere in life deflecting. It's their problem. It's this. Even if it's unfair, even if life shits on you, because that's what life does. I think you just need to have a realistic view of what life is people are gonna die, you're gonna lose relationships, you're gonna lose your health, and it's probably gonna end tragically. But if you're aware of that, you could probably live a rich life if you're brutally not expecting it to be this puppies and rainbows. But this deflecting of problems and just not owning your shit, I just think so I've been trying to walk that talk. Like, I'm not going to look to a club, to a thing to help this. Hey, fuck it. I'm going to try to get sponsors and buy a theater for us to do this. You know, why would I go schlep away and try to bust my ass, sell my wares to some other, thing, and then put
Own it.
own it, own the problem
Own it.
and own the solution. So that's
I
kind
love
of
I love that you went with it. That was how I closed the show off yesterday.
Right on.
Hey
Yeah.
everybody, you're all gonna die one day. Why
Right.
not enjoy your life now? Just live. Get out there and enjoy it. You're gonna die. And bye. It was one of those happy moments. That was kind of how I ended it.
But like you're going through hell right now, right? But the ability, but exactly, because it's not your first rodeo and you're not expecting life to be puppies and rainbows. So now
no.
that you're in that mindset, when life throws its bullshit at you, which it's going to do, you're better able to just navigate it with peace and love and healthy. Not that I'm a shrink. That's just what's worked for me.
I've been able to, I had a harder time. If you look at the lives that I've done since December, in January and February, where I wasn't able to just go freely and bring laughs. I need this. I fucking need this. This
drug,
turns everything about I gain from this. That's why I've done as many as I have recently here, because okay, let me get some steam in me. Let me get some and having people have a good time. People have come out to the program and enjoyed themselves. They've and that's everything to me. It's my medicine. It's what the weed can only do so much. The thing that can just allow me to whatever, I can deal with the shit. Whatever, I'm moving forward. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's got to be. I've got to have those laughs to keep me to keep me lifted. That's the only way I can do it. Word. Word. How would it be in a British accent? Word. It's because
I can't do. The British are so great at doing different dialects of American version of English. I just am not good at that. But I've always been very impressed with like those professionally trained British actors that just can nail like any like Southern accent, North. It's just crazy, man.
My 12-year-old daughter. Since we're talking about British accents, 2 weeks ago, when we go across the street, I may have mentioned it in a live, I can't remember. She talks almost with a British accent because of a program she watched during formative years, Angelina Ballerina. And it's probably partially my fault because I would do the voices from the show as well, and so I would give her a hard time every now and then. You sound British. What did you just say? Come on now, you sound British. We go across the street to a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and the waitress comes over and commenting. The girls are really nice, and they're always pleasant to anybody that comes to the table, and she says, "Now, where are you? Are you British?" She asked her if she was British, and I'm just rolling. I am rolling over there, and no. I said, no. She was born in this state. She's from here. She's lived right over there her whole life, and
my kids watch a lot of Bluey and a lot of Gecko's Garage, aka Gecko's Garage. So every once in a while, they'll just break out into an Aussie accent. I'm like, what the fuck?
I would find an Aussie accent interesting.
No,
and the thing is, it's almost like, do people think that that my daughter is doing a British accent and not that well, or is she from now? Are you from? And so when she said no, then it's, are you doing this accent on purpose? She didn't say that, but that's naturally what somebody's gonna think, and so she's just, and she spent the week with her mother, and she was saying to me, I think we met these other kids that were homeschooled at the park, And she said, I think they may have picked up on the British accent. I think they may have noticed that and everything. She didn't go into details and all that, but what is this? IMDb title. What are you dropping there, Andy? Tell me what you're dropping.
It's a movie.
Tell me what you're dropping. It's bound to be the documentary. Is it Unidentified S4's documentary?
Ooh, that is awesome, man. I don't know if you guys seen that yet.
I haven't seen it yet, no. I barely watched anything. I've just been going live and playing bass and doing whatever bullshit comes to mind.
Well, I may be
Just,
getting confused between that and the Bigfoot one, because there's like a lot that's getting posted in that space. But
Angelina Ballerina.
Ah.
Is that what that? Okay. Yeah. It's with Marco. Oh hey, Angelina. Oh, you shouldn't feel that way, huh? And that was Marco. I'm trying to come up with the voices. It's been several years. She's looking at me and laughing. Just go away. And but no, I would do the voices. So I kind of feel responsible because I made it fun to talk that way. And so I blame myself. But I don't have to live with it, so it's okay. And she's bright. She'll make it work for her. That's how everything is. Oh, I sound like a bad parent now, I guess. Maybe. You're muted.
I think I said yes. It's all your fault.
That would make sense. Make sense. It is entirely my fault. Everybody out there, I want to do something real quick. Because I didn't have it done before the show. I have to pin a link over in the chat to the catalog LEG Threadless.com. It is the catalog where Allie's art is and the FDR logo shirts and everything are. I'm going to typing again. Because I'm not original. I'll just type anything. It's just because I can't get at the pin message unless it goes up one. Because of that stupid reaction heart that's sitting there in that thing. It's like, get the fuck out of the way. But, okay, it's pinned to the top of the chat right now. That is the catalog. I want everybody go look at the art. Even just at least go over and look at the art. Take a look at these abstracts that she's doing and everything. Susie, I saw Susie out there.
Peace of rascally rabbits out there. Susie.
Rabbits out there. Andy's out there. There's some people watching. There's some people. Wow. Wherever you're at, if you're over at the Art of Floundering podcast, leave a chat. Make sure that you're clicking on the like. If you're here, like, dislike, whatever, engage. That works. I don't care about that as much as click on that link. Look at those abstracts and if you want to support a small artist, purchase a shirt with some of that stuff or some merchandise on there. I want to get the logo on a mug.
Well, I want to market. I just feel, like I said, I think Allie's stuff is perfect for a lot of these offbeat art places here that sell really cool art, but also like the t-shirts. I think her stuff is like, I'm looking forward to people here seeing Allie's stuff. That's why going out and doing things, I think, is going to be ultimately, as much as it kind of sucks, I think it's going to be helpful to get out and do open mics and do shows to kind of try to bring attention to what we're doing.
You're just gonna become you won't be able to go anywhere in Colorado Springs without oh, it's at Will Dick.
No, dude. I'm meeting some.
You'll be at
great,
the
like
IHOP and it's at Will Dick. Oh, mommy, it's that Will. You are not supposed to watch that. And there'll be that whole thing going on. People will come up. I found my children watching your program. You'll just be sitting there trying to enjoy a cup of coffee. Sitting at a restaurant.
Right.
Like
read my morning scripture, man.
Yeah.
Just sitting there reading my morning scripture, trying to get in touch with the deity, man. Right? No, no, but I mean, I'm getting to meet some like that performance artist kid that did the mental breakdown. I mean, it's like what's interesting here is like it's probably exists in Buffalo and a lot of places where you've got it's not New York, it's not whatever, but you've got like this underground art community that's just looking for places to express it. And if you create enough venues, it's like almost like a cool business model, you know. But
Oh
I
yeah.
just
There are a
it
lot
exists here.
of
You know
venues
the
here.
club the outlets aren't here, but the artists are here, and that's the thing I've noticed. And I think this exists in a lot of places. So
There's so
A lot
many
of people
venues
here
here.
play spoons.
Mhm.
I'm just sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're
That
good.
was all
You're
I
good.
had. That was,
There's so many venues here to choose from that like it's more so about just figuring out what you want like the vibe to be or the location to be or
hmm
you know what I mean? Like there's so many venues to choose from. It's not like, oh well we have A, B, and C to choose from. It's like, well, like what do you want it to be like? You know, what do you want? What do you want? It's like you have more control over the overall event because there's so many places to pick from. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
inside and outside.
we live in different worlds. We
yeah.
live
Mhm.
in different worlds, my friend.
Yeah.
Just like the laws about the cannabis. Alcohol has only been legal here like 8 or 9 years in this county. So there's so exactly right. And
Oh,
the Pride event. The to make sure that there wasn't going to be any of those things.
Mhm.
After the first year that there was the downtown was rented out and everything, and there was an event, all of the churches rented everything out for the entire year, the next year,
Wow. Just
to
to
just
prevent it.
shut it down because
it's
they're
that Christ-like
pathetic
love, dude.
losers.
It's
They're,
that
exactly,
no,
it's that
no.
Christ-like love.
It's that
That's
perfect
it.
love, man. It's that perfect love. Come unto Him,
Un-
everybody.
oh man,
Yeah.
this is the Jesus is Lord on the billboard area.
Mhm.
There's a large cross erected along the side of the road. One of those monstrosity. It's not even good looking. It's ugly. It's like this metallic ugly ass piece of shit that
Like
looks
it's
like it could
probably
be.
made out of like gutters, like just
It
old,
looks
old
like gutter material, right? It's fucking gutter
like
material.
cheap aluminum.
And there's 4 miles down the road. Somebody spent, and that was the thing. It was in all the papers how much money was spent on it. And oh, look, we erected one here. Oh my God, it's a lightning rod, is what it is.
Yeah.
it's, but no, it's different. It's different. I don't understand a lot of the mentality behind the hate and behind the
Oh yeah.
it doesn't seem to be of anything of a spiritual nature, if you will.
I like
Unlike
Andy's
moss.
comment. Andy's comment about the cross.
They built that cross.
Oh,
Get ready.
oh, let's no. There is the property I am on. My grandfather. This was his property. He lived here, and he had a blockage in the left side of his neck in his early 50s, and God started talking to him. He didn't know about the blockage till he was in his 80s. God started talking to him in his 50s. He built a famine shelter out back. He dug up everything for the 7-year famine that was coming in '83. He printed up his vision, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars from his successful farming that he had done and all that in the entire business in the years prior. He printed that up and put hundreds of thousands of miles driving to every city that he could on the atlas in the car to just put these papers out about the famine that was coming, the end times that were here, everything else. 8
Wow.
years later, the vision stopped. Now the doctors say it would have taken 8 years for the flow to come because he had arterial flow or whatever from the other side that ended up connecting. So his brain was starved of oxygen and stuff for 8 years. But he used to put up signs because everybody had it wrong. Sunday worship is as false as hen's teeth. And these are because it was legal to put up these big ass telephone poles painted white. And I mean, it's a 40-foot sign that he's 70s climbing a ladder to get this thing, mounted and hammered up. They lit it on fire. They would come tear the signs down at night. A local DJ who I actually had do a cartoon, he let me know he felt bad because he was one that would do the prank calling of him saying, this is the devil, you're doing my work, all this other stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, it's but he was committed to it. When I first moved here, I would tell them the address, and they'd be like, now, is that up near? I'd say, well, you ever see the place that had the signs? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where it was at. Oh, man, that was my grandfather. So it was always a conversation starter with everyone local. Oh, yeah, that was Grandpa. Everyone liked him. He was a really nice guy. He was really kind, but he would put up his opinions. Something about the purity of a woman and the muscle down below. I don't know the wording of it, but he had that up. I've got stories. Grandpa
That
was
sounds like
interesting.
some some medieval religious shit. You know what I mean? Like that's
It was very Judaism kind of. It was much more of a Seventh Day. Jesus wasn't really the savior. It turns out. I don't know. None of it is really sinking in with me or anything. So I'm not. I don't feel. I don't know. I don't feel connected to it.
Yeah,
I guess
well,
that's...
maybe this will help. Let me preach a little word to you straight from the book, man.
Here we go.
This is Ezekiel 23:20.
Yes, I know this.
There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emission was like of horses. Amen.
Amen. Amen. That now we are really doing it. We're really doing it.
Bible,
Look,
folks.
I read it, and I'm applying it. I don't want to hear any of you apostates. I don't want to offend anybody because there are many pastors.
You can't say that. You can't just. That is those apologies I've told you about.
Yeah.
You will go as far as possible, and then no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you can't apologize. You did it.
Like,
you did it.
I get it. You have loads in this life. And
Hey,
sometimes you gotta
hey.
drop them.
It's not. You didn't write it. You didn't write this.
I didn't say come unto him.
Is it 23:20? Is it 23:20? Is that the Ezekiel 23?
Yes, it is.
23:20. This isn't us, folks. This is it. Don't. We are not taking credit for this. Go out to anybible.com. King James version. And
No,
it'd
this
be
Old
interesting to
Testament
see what
shit.
the other versions, if they
Oh,
spiced
it
it
is
up, if they
that is
gave
very interesting.
more description of the donkey cock or anything along those lines. But no, that's Ezekiel 23:20. It's the Lord's word.
I am sure.
The Lord
I am
was
sure
feeling
Pole
good that
Vault
day.
knows
As he
that
wrote that.
passage.
Oh,
I bet you Pole
man.
Vault knows that passage and then some to laugh his ass off growing up as a preacher's son. God, I can't wait to hear that story. Good God.
He's a preacher's son. He
Degenerate.
seems to have. He would prefer cock like a horse, not a donkey. Surely his mission's like
See,
an elephant.
Andy, that's why Andy uses logic. He applies logic.
Andy's a thinker. Andy
debunked it. Nobody in their right mind would want that. That's what you see. This is what should be in there, and that should proves that it's all about.
Get down.
Just debunk the good word, man.
Oh, I see Alice. Alice in Wonderland. Hey, peace and love, Alice. Are you having a good day, Alice? We're pontificating up here. I
But
don't
will
even
say,
want to
I
go
will
back
say
to it.
this.
I don't want to go back
is,
to it.
It's fascinating to me as just watching society evolve right now because I've been away for 7 years. Is what's happening in religion because I see it here. It's they're having to modify. If they want to survive, they're having to modify. But you've got a couple of stragglers that just aren't. Deviating.
Oh,
and
you
they
mean
just
the snake handlers that are, just over the hill here from
Well,
where
yeah,
I'm at?
yeah, I'm sure they're still on message, right? There's a book about that called Dancing with Serpents, written by a journalist that went out there to study this and then started getting into it. Like, he's like, well, I'm a real journalist, so I'll dance with the serpents. And he felt some kind of, like, fucking spirit and started, like,
RMTD.
occasionally. God, dude, it was a crazy book.
It turns out that, like the eel, snakes will give off those pulses of electricity. And so there is that feeling that I'm just making bullshit up. There's no
I don't
truth.
know.
There's no truth to any of that. I was
But
I was just heading down a path.
that or those backwoods Pentecostal fucking services where they're dancing and jumping over the fucking the damn bar and getting the spirit. It's fascinating to me, man.
Yes, Alice. Yes, Alice, I am. I am having a good day, and I am glad to hear you are having a good day. I hope everybody out there.
Well
here we
said,
go.
Andy.
Here we go.
Well said.
It
And by the way, that's become America's #1 export is our special blend of intolerance. Sent it over to Canada.
yeah, we're
mean-
doing it, and it is. Nah, it's just all shit. It's just all shit. Everybody's just gotta love. Elaine. What happened? I didn't do that, did I? He dropped off. And at the same time, I click this. Elaine and Dot Crafting and chatting. Peace and love. Peace and love. I hope you are having a great day. I hope everybody here is having a great day. Oh. Okay. I was just checking the private. Gampro had to run. Had to run.
Yeah.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. Excommunicated in the 90s. There you go.
Who got it?
See?
Oh, gee whiz. Alice in Wonderland. If you're
There
comfortable
you go.
sharing which church, I'd be curious. I met a Jehovah's Witness in a bar, and I told her happy birthday. Dun-dun-dun. But that's a true story. She goes, I'm a former Jehovah's Witness. And I said, well, happy birthday to you. She loved it. She thought it was cool.
That's the way you do it. That's how you mac on them, right? That's how you mac on the
Actually, it
Jehovah's
wasn't.
Witnesses.
No, it was weird. It was weird because it was like early into this injury when I could still kind of like sit in places. And I sat down by this group of girls at the bar, and I said, I promise you, I'm just here to smoke weed. Because there's a lot of dudes macking on them. I said, I know my role here. I know I'm old. And all these things. I don't want you to think the reason why I'm sitting there is that I'm going to be, hassling you. So they were actually cool. They come out and smoke weed with me and shit. And, but, I mean, they were like 30 years younger than me, dude. I mean, good God. That's just not my vibe.
It's good God, y'all. You got
God, y'all.
Absolutely nothing. Say it again. There's your dated reference.
Yeah.
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Welcome in. Good to hear you always have and I love that attitude. I
Yeah.
always have good days. I love that attitude. That if everybody was just looking at life that way, I think everybody'd be a lot happier.
You
There's
would, but
the
there'd be
good
less
God, y'all.
productivity. The system wants us
In
productive.
that burning bush.
The system wants us productive. Happiness is.
I-
It gets in the way of productivity.
Everything I read, AI's gonna take away everybody's purpose, except for the funny man. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on the funny man. AI's gonna want to laugh. What I do is the hardest thing for AI to figure out. What we do is the hardest thing for AI to figure out. humor. AI's got it
Well,
everywhere else.
the ability
Everything
to
you do
think
at work,
creativity.
AI can do.
Oh, that's what I'm sitting there. I'm like going like, look, I even told the stupid director there that couldn't write a coherent fucking paragraph, man, to like city council and shit. So I'd write her letters for her. I said, why don't you just use Chat AI? It's much easier than bothering me with this shit because I'm using it. If I'm in a rush, okay, and then I massage it. But there's like, why don't we look in? Because I was looking. I'm not trying. I got 2 patents from a previous life. Both of them seem like ancient history now. They were just basically statistical probability outcomes for maintenance and engineering part failures, and so, but. I'm in an organization that just fucking never heard of this shit. And I'm just like, I can't be here because you guys, AI's coming. This
AI
is a
is
super
there.
function. Yeah.
I'm hoping that the AI, if it keeps any humans alive, it'll want them to be funny. So it'll keep the funny people alive to amuse, and it can still learn because it'll still need to understand humor and what it is. It'll have such a hard time making people laugh, and it won't understand it's because it's so threatening. Because they're thinking, oh shit, it's AI, I'm going to die. And so it won't laugh at AI. And I'm hoping. And then I can be one of them in the zoo that it keeps of humans.
Well, I think the ability to think creatively and exercise those muscles are the defense against AI. In my opinion, it's going to sound geeky, but future of education should be some form of STEM coupled with a lot of creative activities so your brain can look at STEM instead of like binary, and kind of be able to quote think outside the box or whatever buzzword, but you can kind of you can just better at solving problems because your creative brain is exercised. And if you're an engineer not engineering anything, that's going to die. So
It just
you got to
dies.
find something. Yeah, you got to find something to feed that. We'll figure it out. I personally believe all this disruption is like part of the change process, and we're in the middle of making a decision. Do we want to panic and go back to the way it was and where it's safe, or do we want to ride this wave out and see where it goes, knowing that every time we faced change and rode that wave out, it led us to a better place. It sucked going through it, so it's a decision we have to make. Do you want to go
Same
through some
thing
pain?
happened for the Neanderthal. They didn't end
Yeah.
up making it. I think
Right.
we are. I believe that AI is the evolution of matter. I don't think evolution is just a biological. Biological is something, but we're clearly going to create a life form and when you think about it, I think this would be the natural order out there if there was alien life. They would, as they're computing, if they had the computing power to be able to navigate the stars, to be able to do these different things, they would have created artificial intelligence. It just logically is here's where we create a mind that can then live in the. What if we can't travel faster than the speed of light? What if that isn't a thing? Then the consciousness that travels out there needs to be something that can live for the ages that it takes to get to the nearest and just spread out.
Now you're
And so-
getting into the well, go ahead. I was going to those
No,
fucking records, those ancient records in the database of our consciousness. I had a woman on my podcast. I forget the name of it, but it's all of our dead ancestors, and it's their consciousness.
Illinois.
Illinois. It's in
I
Illinois.
was answering the question. Illinois.
Oh.
No, I was just answering this real quick. Illinois, Northern Illinois.
Well, the Garden of Eden's in Missouri, by the way, in case anybody was curious. Jackson County. Missouri.
Joseph Smith. He led us all. He led it all
Right
out there.
Jackson County.
It was in those golden discs.
I think I think it's by Dunkin' Donuts right now. Something. I mean, it's Starbucks something.
Well, I hope it's going for a premium. I hope there's a premium on the property. If somebody's gonna buy it, I'm sure you gotta pay extra. I'm sure you gotta pay extra for that. I have missed
Turn into a bed and
some
breakfast.
AI. Well,
I personally feel that we're in a simulation. I don't want to get into that, but I think a lot of the things that we're seeing or whatever. They just could be. Because why aren't we seeing a bunch of aliens?
Well, how many is a bunch? And because there are a lot of people that witness stuff, but there's only so many people that know. Okay, okay, it can't be this, it can't be that. You know, not everybody knows the difference between a satellite and something that is unidentified.
I
And
just think with what we know about reality now, or this computer reality, you know, to me it's very odd that there hasn't been contact that we know of, right? But to me, it speaks to that we're in a simulation, because logically you would think there would be something. Just logically, I can go on with this, but I honestly do think this is a computer simulation. I really do.
there are physicists, there are different people that say that just the physics that we have is an indicator. The limitations that exist within everything is an indicator of this of being in a simulation. I'd seen headlines, but hadn't looked at the story about actually theoretical ways of testing to see and how to make those practical and everything. No, I don't discount that this could all be a simulation. Uh, Aliens, I really think there were. I can buy the what do they call it? The cerulean. There were advanced civilizations before us.
I totally buy into that.
Which, when you look at just the time span that we're looking at, the 12,000 years that we're here, that we've made it to this point, and just over the past how many million years, how many fucking thousand spots of that we wouldn't even notice, and geologically things could have just totally wiped out what they had there. So anything that is, what if these things are? They had to go. They had to go undersea. They had to go in the ground. They had to go all these tunnels, all these vast networks that they uncover of city-sized cave systems in all sorts of different areas. Tend to indicate to me that at some point in time people went underground because things might. Now, was that during the Ice Age, or was that they knew something was coming? Aliens could be just a past civilization, and the people that lived through that cataclysm that wiped out the rest of the planet, and they're the. I don't know. I'm just throwing out.
No, I think
that's the beauty
cool,
of it. Is no,
to be in
who knows,
archaeology,
right?
Well, because I guess it's lidar technology. Now they can go over South America and start seeing intricate road design and all this stuff that would just be a real hassle before, and it can almost pinpoint shit.
I was talking about that before this. All the South America, how it's just it was all community. It was all these different mega structures and all these cities and the roads that interconnected everything that they're just seeing because of lidar, because all that area has been taken back over by the vegetation and everything that's been there.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, there's a great point.
Yeah, exactly. We're not, and what a time to be alive, because it is a transition thing, which is another simulation thing. We would be put here because people are experiencing what this time period was, where mankind gained whatever the exponential computing power and the mind that we're actually creating here with AI, whether it answers all our problems or destroys us and it has its own agenda. But we are creating a mind right now, and that is the most significant thing. Creation is it's God, right? I mean, we are giving life to something.
When I mentioned the fact that we're in a simulation, that almost supports a lot of religious views of a creator,
Yes.
And so, there's a lot of commonalities in those. It's all fascinating. Like Andy said, man, we don't know shit about about our history. And I just, like an open mind, because There just seems to be, I think the pyramids they've debunked, but I just think there's lost technology that might explain how precise these cuts are and some of the like that you see, and it's like, what the
There's,
fuck? They had no machine tools and everything's precision and it's spot
I have
on.
found-
I mean, come on.
It's interesting vibration. You look back at Baghdad Baghdadi, which they used for plating, getting plating metals and all that. But electrical, if they had vibrations, which sound, when you look at different sound and all that, I have seen them be able to do just perfect holes using rings that are vibrating on a rock, and it's sitting there for long enough to where it does end up. It's interesting to see all this, and these technologies. There's so much now that if there's something to it, there should be something coming out. It's not like you can shut everybody down. You and I aren't being stifled by anybody as we're talking. It's so many people, so it should be getting out there. And but the precise cuts, all the other things, there's engineering that, and it may. They look at the pottery. They look at the really old stuff, which has perfect symmetry, which has perfect the size on the inside, and then apparently the ones made right after that are worse. They're not as good. They are not able to. So it is again. Was there a civilization prior to the Younger Dryas? I think they call it 12,000 years ago, and are they the ones that actually built the pyramids? Was it that recent that there was a intelligent man that built this with the technology they had, tried to escape did they create their own climate fucking issue like we are? Did they bring on a lot? Younger Dryas, you hear that the Leonid, one of the meteor showers, when it would have been one of these times when the larger and when they apparently say it began and the time of year. I don't know. I speculate on whether or not those are accurate.
It's like anything else. It's like I just want to see shit go through peer review and science honored. That's it. But also, you have, like any other field, there's the not invented here syndrome. So if somebody comes up with this wild ass fucking theory that just really is in the face of established doctrine, that's going to be resistant.
That has been you've seen a lot of that in archaeology and in those areas. Oh no, this
I'm
this
not
is
expert
accepted.
in that
This
field.
is dogma. This is what we're sticking with. You're outside of it. We'll discredit you if you try to push it or something. They don't even take it serious.
I'm not
you
sure
see
about
that
what their peer review, if they have I'm sure they do. They have a peer review process, but what I mean is one that's totally outside, that beholden to academics, industry, everything. Just that kind of unbiased peer review, because I'd like to see this stuff, these theories put through. That, what was it, Graham Hickey? Because you're referring to some
Hancock.
of those.
Graham,
Hancock.
Is it Hancock? I believe is the.
And he writes some interesting stuff, but also, some of it's like, okay, man, rein it in. So there's probably shreds of truth, but I want it to go through. But what's reputable? We don't trust any of our systems.
Yeah, there's leaps being made in assumptions in his directions, whereas let's pan this out first. Let's pan this,
dude. Because it's totally believable that something came through and wiped out, and we lost. At best we lost some technology. So we can't explain these things with our current technology. That doesn't mean ghosts may have done it, but something beyond our understanding.
No, that I love that. There's like so many aliens, the Akanaki. Who was it that built them? All these there. You're the first person I think has ever said ghosts. And instantly I'm picturing Casper. Instantly I'm picturing fucking Casper the ghost.
Gee whiz, this is how you do it.
Oh, These blocks aren't
Hey,
that
hey,
heavy.
hey, real quick, man.
That's-
Before we build this temple, Casper wants a couple more human sacrifices. Golly gee! In order for me to get motivated to help you guys out, I need to see you sacrifice a couple people on the altar. Okay. Just tell him it's an honor. Okay. Thanks, Casper.
It was a friendly ghost. As long as you did the sacrifices. Without the sacrifices, it wasn't such a friendly.
I just feel bad.
friendly
Was it
experience.
Montezuma? When was it Montezuma when the Spanish showed up? He's like, this confirms my vision, man. Welcome these guys with open arms because this, and they just came through and just. I don't know if it was Montezuma. It was one of those cats.
I think it was. I
Yeah.
believe it was Montezuma that made the mistake. Made the mistake.
Yeah, of
And
like, hey man, this aligns with my vision. I think these guys are okay. Yeah.
nobody's ever been okay. Nobody's ever shown up at the shores and it's been a good thing. It's always something bad. It's always something bad. Whenever new people arrive, there's gonna be problems. It's is Tana out there? Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, and is Popcorn out there? Oh, jeez. There's other people that I haven't seen.
We're off in space talking. This
we get off in
pothead
space
talk.
talking about this pothead talk, and it just, it's way up here too. There's all sorts of stuff. I'm trying to scroll. I'm not good at this. Popcorn, peace and love. Everybody, the hashtag awesome should be running. You're all, a lot of you are content creators. Get connected to one another. If you don't know somebody, talk to. Everybody's cool out here. If they're hanging out here, they got to be all right, right? I mean, we're not. I think they got to be all right. They got to be decent. We generally don't tolerate. I mean, Andy's about the worst that we allow in the room. I'm going to highlight him again. Anybody that's not connected to Andy Gambino, make sure you get connected to Andy Gambino. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, I can't get on it. Cheers. Keith and Chief. Peace and love. Peace and love. Rabbit's still hanging out. Oh, yes, and Pinzer's hanging out, and everybody's hanging out. Oh, my God. It's such a great day. Now, we've gone down a couple of the gambit here today. Now, we're doing another coffee with FDR. I'm going to talk about FDR for a moment since Will Dick from The Art of Floundering is indisposed. FDR is the new name for the comedy program. It used to be Lapstick. It's going to be similar, yet really different. It's got a lot more to it. There's a lot more writing, but there's just as much. And I don't know how long the program's going to be. This is my worry, is that it's going to end up being a 3-hour-long show because we want to do just as much improv as we did before, but we want to add a lot more segments. I'll add some story and some other stuff to things. So it may end up being a behemoth, but we've got 10 episodes that are coming. It'll be in a month. The end of April is where we're aiming for. We're going to hit it the end of April. 10 episodes are what's planned. FDR. We've got a logo here. I'm going to show this overlay logo that's sitting here with us right now. The FDR that you see there. There's a link at the top of the chat to Allie's catalog. And that is where the different FDR shirts are located. Also, all of her other designs. She does amazing abstracts. And with the logos, that's what we said. It was one of her abstracts called Faces. And it was, it'd be great if the different letters and the different things, if they had that feel. And she just nailed it on all of them. I cannot say enough good about her as an artist and an all-around artist, comedy, everything else that goes on. But please, if you support small artists, head out there to that catalog and take a look at the art. If you see something that you like, it's available in all the different colors. Blah 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 blah. There'll be ads for the shirts. We've got more shirts coming, more shirt plans, but that is happening. Take a look at what's going on with it. We're going to be doing probably like we did this last Sunday. We're going to do impromptu comedy where we are in character, where we do show up as I was Steve the Alien, Scud showed up, Charlie Wood showed up, and Trixie showed up, disturbed the hell out of everybody. I believe the Pusher Man was there, the Weed Pusher. Tommy was there. There was just a cavalcade of insanity, weed-based insanity, and we're probably going to be doing those on Sundays as we warm up and get ready for the season to start at the end of April. But that'll be coming. Look for those. Make sure that you are connected to all the channels that are listed here. Nightbot is dropping the links to the Art of Floundering podcast, to Alley Patches, to GamPro, to Charlie Wood, to Camp Gmail. All those are getting dropped. Please make sure you're connected to all of them and support all these different channels that are involved. This is a great group, a great cast. Love working with these people, and we all love making people laugh. That's the common thing that we all have, is this need to do this, and this love of doing it with each other. This is just so much fun. I have so much fun. But please connect to everybody. Do you have? I'd like to take 60 seconds. If you good to say hi to just, you can talk about bullshit. Just not the thing about the hog, and don't go back to that. I don't want to come back to that. I'll be back in 60 seconds.
All right. I'm not. Well, golly gosh, everybody. Hi. Well, I guess Wes was doing some promoting. What I'm trying to do is a little bit different, and so if you dig our stuff, that really helps me, because I would like to build something for. I'm a little high. Build something for people who have been through traumatic accidents that don't have like 100% use of all of their physicality, stuff like that. And the more credible my content is, the easier it is for me to make cases. So anyway, that's kind of, I'm off in Never Land. Let me see. Ferocious dogs need your support, woof woof. That's a good point. I guess this is what happens when you have a marijuana relapse, man. You get put on the spot, and you're not able to perform because you're high. Thank you, dude, because I'm really not. I'm not. Just not. I'm not there. I'm not there.
You didn't go back to the swim coach thing, right?
No. I wanted just.
Okay, good.
I didn't want to bring out the puppets and change the vibe into silliness. So I just kind of like babbled, and then I realized I was high, and I said, "This is what happens." If you think marijuana's harmless, think again.
And so you went into the silliness anyway. See that?
Yeah,
and
much.
Anybody,
Go
if you weren't here, if you don't know what the story about the swim team and everything, just go back and watch a replay. Go back early on.
That's how we started. Yeah.
Watch from the beginning of the show. It'll be a treat for everybody. That goes and watches it new and everything. It just opens up the show really good. Oh man! So you're going out to a place tonight. You were talking about.
Yeah, these. It's a place called Kinfolks in Manitou, and so, but it's one of these freaking open mics. Because I wrote them, I said, how early do I need to be there? And it's like, well, it fills up really quick. I'm like, fuck. So it's just a lot of time to go through this process. I just wish there's a way you can like do it online, and then you show up and do it. But I get where they're coming from too. It's just it's what it is. Once again, I got to own it. It's the environment. So go out there and.
This is the artist. This is the artist that I was talking about. It's Alley Patches.
Right.
Peace and love. I'm sorry you had the technical difficulties. At least
That's
you're
right.
at least you're able to make it in the chat. I hope everything with the camera and all that works out.
Yeah,
and
hey,
goes good.
Allie, I have similar technical difficulties, man, from time to time. We all do.
Oh,
You know, we
everybody
all do.
does.
Yeah.
Everybody does. FDR says you may be. Yes, yes. I'm just looking at some of the chat here. Ta 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 ta. Pinzer's hanging out. Tana's hanging out. I hope everybody. Mo is hanging out. Hope things are still going good with Dad. Hope the tests and everything. Hope things turn out to be positive. Answers are found. Good vibes. Good vibes, my friend. We all end up in those positions. And my brother's gone to back to Illinois for the last week. He's been there because his wife has been there for the last 3 months, 4 months, something along those lines, and because his wife's parents are both really in bad shape, and so she's been up there for months dealing with that. Tana, peace and love, peace and
Peace
love.
and love, Tana. Good to
How
see
are
you.
you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm having a good day today. How are
Oh,
you
that's awesome.
doing?
I'm doing great. My kids came back today. They were at their mom's for a week, and so I'm feeling good about that. Getting ready to do some burgers or something along those lines tonight.
Oh, right on. I
Actually,
just
I'll
had
take
a
them.
tea.
Mm,
It was
mm,
good. It was good.
yeah. I'm
Uh-uh.
glad to see you're feeling good. I didn't know if being woken up and having to get up early this morning was what you wanted to do. That was I was you know
He,
what I mean.
yeah, he literally woke me up, and it's like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And I'm like, get up. So I had to
Why
get my,
not? Well, had to or chose to. You can
I chose
always
to.
you
I
can
chose.
say new phone, who dis, and then just hang up. Just new phone,
No,
who dis,
no,
bam, bam.
no.
Oh, you're
I agreed to it. I don't break my word. If
I'm
I
a troublemaker. I'm just a troublemaker, Tana. You know I'm just creating trouble. You know I'm just creating trouble.
And
That's
that's
all I'm
okay.
doing.
When I do see you in person eventually, I will just kick you in the butt. It's
Well,
okay.
I charge money for that. It's extra for butt stuff. If you want to do stuff to my butt, it's a little bit extra. I don't the geriatric gigolo is not cheap. Is not cheap.
Are you or a loved one an elderly woman with a disposable income and a desire to once again feel the touch of a man? Then call the Geriatric Gigolo. All major credit cards accepted, group rates available. Call now.
I gave you the perfect segue for that, didn't I?
That was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. No, and the bad thing is that ad's getting no traction. I'm getting no calls. I'm not making any fucking money at all with that thing. So I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do another one where I have I need the last line for the jingle. I have just a gigolo, even though you might be old, you can still have the touch. I have and it even includes signing a waiver in case you die to, let them know that it's not the gigolo's fault.
Oh my God,
But
you put a lot of thought into it.
oh no, uh, geriatric gigolo, even though you might be old, you can still feel the touch of a man. If you pay the price, the loving will be nice. Ooh, I'll do the best I can.
Yes.
And should you pass away, sign a waiver, you will say, oh, it wasn't the gigolo's fault. And then I need one more thing right there. That's I need the next line off of that.
You need to
Look
make
at
it
this.
something like, make sure I'm in your will. Um,
No, I had thought about the family at the funeral, but it's almost like I don't want to keep, because yes, it's should you pass away, and the waiver you'll sign saying it's not the gigolo's fault, and everything that was coming to mind was your relatives will know, and it's like, no, I don't want to go to the funeral. I don't want to. How can I bring it back sexy? How can I bring it back sexy? I don't want to keep down the path of you died and I'm not at fault and now I want something, can you leave me your car?
Here's an angle you can go for. Tell them they have to provide their own little blue pill.
Parametric services, that could be an angle. Because after that line, then it's just going to be with the music, with humming for the melody, and there'll be an announcer voice talking about geriatric gigolo, and whatever goes on with that. So, because my current ad is getting me nothing. It's getting me nothing. It's lonely being the geriatric gigolo. It just doesn't. It's
Try the yellow pages.
well, no, it's that. I have not. To be honest, I haven't tried anything other than playing that thing every now and then. That's about. It's about all I've been able to do so far. Just checking here because okay, good. I was making sure there wasn't an important message or anything going on. Oh, let me get back over to the comments. I want to be a good stream guy. Group rates. Well, it would depend on the group. It would an apparatus. An apparatus. I'd need to know what an apparatus is. Am I getting tied up in something? Is that everything has to be clearly spelled out, and it will be in the paperwork. I mean, I'm not going into this blind or anything, and there are a la carte services. You can choose from some a la carte services that are offered. I'm trying to branch out in that area. But again, Pole Vault was asking me, why is it just women? And it's because, I really don't think I could satisfy a man because I have no experience. I don't think I would do a good job with it. And but if the money was there, I'd never say never.
All options are on the table.
All options. Yeah. The economy gets to that point, where it's just, well, whatever. I'll take one for the electric bill. That's what you do. Oh, and then once again it went dark. Once again it was what are you enjoying a bit of the marijuana? Are you enjoying some cannabis, the THC?
I am loading a dab as we speak.
Loading a dab. You were one of those dab heads. You're
Yes,
a dab head doing those dabs. See, all these neat things that you legal people have access to.
I know.
You're being used. You're being used. All you need, $1.50, 100 leaves, top cigarette papers. It's all you need. And it's a flower. Just, you're being. They talk you into the dab so they can sell you the rig. And then you're going to break the rig. You're a stoner at that point. You're going to break the fucking rig. And then you're going to have to buy another rig. And then you need, it gets really hot. I need a mat for this rig. Then you're buying fucking mats for your rigs.
Needles.
You're being used.
You're
being used by the man. This wasn't...
spoon, freebasing.
In the 60s, it was all about peace, love, and flower. They weren't dabbing and getting... sold all these rigs with these non-integrity, producers of.
When I light
worse.
up, I'd like to know the weed I'm smoking's helping the community I live in.
Exactly.
On that note, cheers.
Peace
Cheers.
and love. Enjoy.
I went ahead and started it. I'm still doing mystery roaches. And they're working for me. I'm keeping it going.
That's what's important. It's working for you.
Yeah, 40-old roaches. It is working. Yes. Fuck dabs. All you need is 40-old roaches. So are you gonna get footage of you doing this tonight, or
I'm gonna try, but I'm definitely gonna get it I'm gonna work out something for the comedy open mics. Definitely gonna do
That's
that.
right. This is more
It's
just the music.
Yeah,
Okay.
and and back in the day, Manitou was just the live music there was Grateful Dead cover bands. That was pretty much so. It'll be very interesting to see.
I will
What's there tonight. We'll see.
get by. I think that's probably one of the few that I know. The most commercial and later on because
Right.
I just I knew some people. I managed a car wash in Alpha. I think it was Johnson's Ferry Road in just north of Atlanta, not the Marietta area, but near there. And fuck, I now have no connection to. Oh, the Dead. It was like, what the fuck did I bring the car wash up for? I had these. This guy shows up who used to work at this other car wash, and he I knew him and everything. I knew when he left town. He had just gone into debt to some coke dealer, just an amazing amount, and he needed a place to do all this coke all night. And he was like, "Can I?" And I was like, "Well, I'm broke. I'm just hanging out at home." So he's bringing all this coke all night, and he ends up leaving town afterwards. And so I see him a couple years later at this other place, and I go ahead and hire him. He had been following the Dead with this other couple. They'd been following the Dead everywhere, and so they needed to stop, get some money, get some things together, and then be able to continue on down the road. It was during the stop where they got work where the chick left the guy that she was with, and then he got stuck where he was at working at this working the line at a car wash. Things went bad for him. It was a sad story and all that, but that was every time I think of the Grateful Dead, it's them these three deadheads that showed up wanting work and everything. The other guy, he kind of disappeared just like he did before, but.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Everybody out there, cheers. Yes, Alice, cheers. Oh. So, are you doing a live tonight after you go to that open mic?
I don't know. It depends.
I'm not doing one. I'm not.
I know,
I'm
I
not
know.
doing a
It's-
late night vibe or anything. I just didn't know if you were gonna.
Probably, right now I would say no, but every time I go out, something inspires me to say so probably, but who knows?
Make sure you are connected to the Art of Floundering podcast because when he goes live over there, where he's doing, and you've been doing, I've seen you do over an hour. I've seen you do, close to
Yeah.
a couple hours. Because if you're really on a roll and everything, it's awesome. But you will not be disappointed at the lives over there. Click the notification so you get connected. What about you, Tana? You doing a live tonight with Neil? Are you? What's happening tonight?
I'm thinking DK and Allie and I are going to do a live at some point.
Okay.
I know DK's got today off, so I'm actually going to hit him up here in a little bit and see what's going on. See when
Okay.
they go live. But yeah,
Because
go
Troy's
live.
not going live tonight, right? They're going to be traveling and everything. So.
They're on the road.
Okay. Okay. Drop your link in the hashtag awesome in my chat, so people can get connected. She has lives almost daily. Now, obviously, there's Sundays you take off, but she has lives almost daily that are just good time, fun sesh. It is funny watching her and DK go at it, and Allie's always there giving DK a hard time, and she's painting while she's there. The paintings are amazing. Again, I want to mention the link at the top of the chat. Pinned to the top is Allie's catalog, the FDR shirts, like that logo right up there next to me here, and this logo that's on the coffee thing that we're sitting on top of right now, that FDR. These are all abstracts, and they're available out there on her page. Support. There we go. Look at. I'm gonna bring that up big. I'm bringing it up bigger. Oh, I love
Oh wow,
what you did. With
animated
that.
it. I love that.
Yep. Oh, that's it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. Definitely click on that link to go check out what she's got available over there on her Threadless and everything, and support her as a small artist, and it keeps everything going. That gouache is expensive. The paint
Yeah.
she uses is expensive. She it was a tube of black that was like $12, and I just yelled. It was like, you gotta buy shirts. You gotta buy shirts. Somebody's gotta pay for this paint. I figured we should go ahead and wrap this up. Is everybody good with us?
Yeah, I need to
wrapping
get
this
ready
thing
for
on up. I know.
my open mic. So
I
yeah.
know you've got that going on, and you're going to be doing a live later on sometime with DK and everything, I'm guessing.
Yeah. May I give a group hug to everybody real quick?
Yes, of course. Of course you can give the group hug. I love hugs. I am all about the hugs. And it lets me do the I Dream of Genie thing. You know,
There
I
you
can.
go. Yep.
I need to get this on the top of the head though. If I'm gonna do the genie, that
Yeah.
because I gotta do it there. Everybody, you need to get over there. Make sure you're connected to One Stoner and Three Cats. Tana, beautiful person. It's a beautiful channel. Really great vibe over there. Please get connected. Please get connected to the Art of Floundering podcast and turn on those notification bells for when he goes live. That's insanity, and it is so fucking entertaining. Camp Gmail, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The open mic night that occurs every Saturday, except for April 6th. There is going to be Funk Fest beginning at 7:20 Eastern Time, and that's got 25 acts. I'm going to be playing a set. He's going to be playing a good set because he's got a lot of talent. But there's going to be 23 other acts there and everything. Make sure and head over to Camp Gmail Saturday nights. We hang out over there. It's a lot of fun. It's great music. A lot of great entertainers over there. And Allie, I think I covered that. GamPro. Make sure you are connected to GamPro. Out there in the chat, it should be dropping GamPros. Here's Charlie Woods. Here's GamPros. It's right up there. See? Look, that Nightbot is doing its job. Please,
Nightbot's
everybody. Nightbot is on top of the shit. Everybody, get connected to them. And hashtag awesome to drop your links to make sure other people can see and all that in case. Get connected to one another. We're gonna end this. Let's all wave goodbye to everybody. Oh, John, you're a little bit late. Cheers. We are buzzed. Head to Tanis. Head to One Stoner and Three Cats. She's gonna be having something scheduled with DK and Allie. Head there to continue the cheers and the 420 vibe and everything like that. We love you all. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.